Day after passionate protests and rallies in Tallahassee and a heated town hall in Sunrise.
And our team coverage begins now with CBS 4's Riel Creighton joining us live from Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. Riel?
About 100 students turned activists who'd left here on Tuesday got back here this morning after a day spent at the Capitol, believing they'd covered a lot of ground with lawmakers. Pre-dawn, buses pull into a supermarket parking lot. Marjory Stoneman Douglas survivors home after a marathon day at the Capitol.
Exhausting. It has been emotionally draining, but I think it went well.
Students had 70 meetings with lawmakers, their final face-to-face, a sit-down session with Governor Rick Scott on guns and school safety.
There was a lot of tension in the room. You could tell because of how in love he is with guns and the NRA, but he said that he was listening.
400 miles away, hundreds rallied outside as Parkland teens were joined by others from schools around Florida. Anger aimed at a House vote that day that blocked a discussion on the floor on banning assault weapons. Thursday morning, fresh off the bus, reaction from Stoneman Douglas senior Diego Pfeiffer.
It was a political stunt from what we heard. That bill was put on the House floor specifically so that it would not be signed. And it was meant to dull in our spirits, to dull in everything that we're believing in.
Meanwhile, as MSD students returned in Pompano Beach, it was another massive show of support. At Blanchardley High, once again, students leaving class for an organized peace march, raising money for those affected by the shooting and standing behind the message the teens of Stoneman Douglas went to Tallahassee to deliver.
You guys are courageous and you guys are bold. When children start acting like leaders and leaders start acting like children, that's how you know a change is coming.
Well, those students who went to Tallahassee feeling pretty optimistic about what they believe they accomplished there, telling us that lawmakers on both sides of the aisle were receptive to what they had to say. Meantime, they get ready for another hurdle, and that is preparing to head back to school next week. We're live in Parkland, Riel Creighton, CBS 4 News.
Riel, thank you. And our team coverage moves to CBS 4's Ted Scott.